Greetings, mobile delegates. I'm Ashley Esqueda, and it's time for your Mobile Nation's Monday Brief, where I bring you the best of CrackBerry, Android Central, WebOSNation, Windows Phone Central, and iMore. It's been a busy week in tech, so let's jump in. Obviously, the big news for many of you was on iMore this week as Apple made their newest iPad official. So did it end up being the iPad HD or the iPad 3? Actually, neither. It's just the new iPad. The Retina display prediction held true, and there's LTE on board for both Verizon and AT&T. It's almost identical in shape and size to the iPad 2, and it launches this week. Unfortunately, if you're thinking of pre-ordering one at this point, you will be in for a wait. The new iPad is already sold out on pre-orders, so if you want one on launch day, you will be waiting in line at your favorite Apple retailer. Glad I got my pre-order in. Woo! A surprising change hit Android users this week as Android Central reported on Google's decision to change the name of the Android market to Google Play. Why the change? Google's uniting all of their purchase-based services under the Play banner. Play Music, Play Books, Play Apps, and Movies now all fall under their respective Play monikers. It's a move to bring together the branding of all their services, but a lot of users don't care for the new branding. My favorite comment came from user Gene1138 who said, "Awful name, it's practically like calling it the Google Play Happy Fun Time Store," which I would totally support. WebOSNation brought news of a potentially game-changing collaboration last week. Apparently, OpenMobile's been working very hard on their Android compatibility layer, which would graft Android as a runtime into WebOS, meaning you could run every Android Market app on your WebOS device without installing CyanogenMod 9 or Android on it. They're still working hard on that ACL, and OpenMobile CEO even mentioned having high-level support from HP's WebOS team. Now that WebOS is open source, though, their strategy might change from a pre-shipped integration to a one-time purchase for access to the Android compatibility layer package. The WebOS plot thickens. CrackBerry's got a really great read by the tallest member of our Mobile Nations team, Simon Sage, discussing RIM's quest for app developers and their efforts at Mobile World Congress. In a nutshell, it looks like RIM is genuinely dedicated to bringing developers back to the platform by aggressively evangelizing to them and keeping an open line of communication with all of the devs. They're also limiting the aspect ratio for phones and tablets going forward, which helps devs create apps that can scale easily. I keep saying this would be a welcome change for Android, but I guess when you're the underdog, you are more willing to listen to your dev base, which is a very good thing for App World devs. Controversy over on Windows Phone Central this week. Microsoft updated their official Windows Phone website to include some limitations for Tango, their upcoming software update, and some users are pretty angry. App availability, podcast subscription limitations, and completely disabled multitasking are only 3 of the red tape restrictions happening. Now, fortunately, these limitations are only on phones with 256 megabytes of RAM, meaning they apply to older or entry-level Windows Phone 7 devices. But as many Windows Phone fans argue, it may make a first-time user's experience so limited it turns them off to the Windows Phone experience. I hope Microsoft knows what it's doing. As for me, I started a little campaign to get me into the Maxim Hot 100 list this past week, and I also realized how much I hated my printer. So I combined the two into a campaign video. Follow the link to check out the video in its entirety and for voting information. Vote for me, Mobile Nations! That's it for your Mobile Nations Monday Brief. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/mobilenations. Check out our network of glorious and entertaining podcasts at mobilenations.com/shows. And you can follow me on Twitter at Ashley Esqueda. Nations, you have been briefed.